Welcome to a sleep-deprived episode of Trojan Arcade. I'm so tired. Seriously, it's barely halfway through the semester and I'm already exhausted. What's up with that? Depression. Luckily, I'm not exhausted after running away from people who are trying to kill me. It's been a few months since that last happened, but the crew wanted to recreate the experience and they played PUBG, the multiplayer sensation that swept the nation. After that, we'll be talking about the state of multiplayer. It's like the State of the Union, but we're much more coherent. Then I persuaded some victims to play Dead by Daylight, my favorite game of the summer. They don't swear as much as I do, but I guess they're still pretty funny. And finally, we'll be chatting with the crew from Ducklings, a board game about parenting made after a successful Kickstarter campaign. I hope they'll give me some tips on how to kickstart a trip to Hawaii. While I fantasize about my latest scam, let's hear from the news gremlins. Matt?
I'm Matthew Carreri.
And I'm Matt Linton.
And we're off the books.
Valve thought about putting women in Team Fortress 2 for a split second. Every playable character in Team Fortress 2 is actually a dude. But the recent release of an artist's old work shows that Valve at least toyed with the idea of introducing women into the game's roster. One of the old artists wrote that, "I wanted these characters to live on their own and add dimension to a current roster of in-game characters. The goal of the project was to dive deep into possibilities and facilitate creative discussion. However, no women were ever added. Maybe they should ask Mitt Romney for some. He's got binders full of them."
Over the weekend, the 2017 Tokyo Game Show has achieved worldwide attention due to its focus on VR attractions. But one title caught the attention was Neo Complete Edition. The expanded version of the RPG Neo was released back in February of this year. Developer Team Ninja announced that the Complete Edition will be made available in Japan later 2017. There is no word if Neo Complete Edition will ultimately be released in the US at all, but we're used to Japan getting all the cool things like green tea Kit Kats, sex robots, and the world's highest suicide rate.
If you haven't heard, Minecraft came out with a new update. This update is called Better Together, and it features some minor patch notes such as crossplay and giving cats the ability to purr. But the patch that really matters is that llamas will stop staring at you while you ride them. Playing this game with friends across multiple platforms is fun, but how can we play comfortably when their black pixelated eyes are staring into our souls? Reminds me of my ex-girlfriend.
Overwatch's latest update is now live on PlayStation 4, Windows PC, and Xbox One, and it is a big one. A new map and major changes to characters such as Mercy and D.Va are on the docket. Today's patch features new Junkertown map and made significant changes to two of Overwatch's most popular characters, Mercy and D.Va. Resurrect is no longer Mercy's ult. It's been replaced with the ability called Valkyrie, which turns her into a flying resurrection machine with infinite ammo. For D.Va, they nerfed her defense matrix, and she has a new ability, Micro Missiles, with which she can fire a small few rockets at any time. In addition, D.Va's fusion cannons can now be used even while she's flying, which means I'll still be unable to control the character in the slightest. This means nothing to me though. I host a video game show and I've never played Overwatch.
SAG-AFTRA voice actors have reached a tentative agreement to end their 11-month strike, the longest in SAG history. One of the biggest issues was secondary compensation, a fancy way of saying residuals or bonuses. Voice actors don't receive royalties for their performance in multi-million-dollar video games the same way that TV or movie actors do. The agreement isn't official, but it's a huge step forward. Now we can get back to hearing those famous taglines like, "That wizard came from the moon." We love you, Peter Dinklage.
Following last year's release of the NES Classic, Nintendo released the SNES Classic Mini Edition on September 29th for $80. The system is equipped with several built-in games such as Super Mario RPG, Earthbound, Super Metroid, and Star Fox 2. The mini console's updated setup includes HDMI cables and a 5-foot-long control cable. Nintendo announced that it will distribute a significant amount of units to prevent inflated resale prices, so you can keep your kidneys, gamers.
Well, I guess it's back to me. And you know what, guys? I have a confession to make. I was never cool in school. I was never one of the cool kids. And I always seem to miss out on the cool summer games. I sucked at Rocket League. I sucked at PUBG. I sucked at every other popular game you could insert here. So I made everyone else play it. I didn't watch because I was watching better streamers on Twitch. No hard feelings, crew. Let's see how you did.
Hey guys, I'm Michelle.
I'm Christian.
And today we're gonna be playing some motherfrickin' PUBG Player Unknown Battlegrounds. This is gonna be fun.
Was it a
I'm
doubles?
scared.
Oh god.
Also, this game is super buggy.
Yeah.
Not optimized well at all.
Whoa, wait, look at him reload.
Oh, what the
Look
heck?
at him reload, it's
That's
weird.
crazy. Okay.
So my strategy usually is go here in Georgia Pole. There tends to be pretty decent gear there. We can
Okay.
run around and then shoot people around us.
Okay.
How many people
new
on
plan,
us?
New plan. We're gonna die so freaking fast.
That will be fine.
Okay.
Oh shit, actually they're coming right where we're going. There's a pistol here and a sickle. I'm taking the sickle. But go on the second floor, you can find another pistol if you need one.
I have a revolver. So
Oh, that's right, I wasn't paying attention.
I'm McCree right now.
Where's the helmet? Where's the helmet?
Oh, it's upstairs, sorry. Oh, wait, there's actually also one downstairs here.
Well, I'm keeping the one upstairs.
This one's level 2, though. Come
Ah,
downstairs. Let's GTFO, because this place is not safe. Also, I'm barefoot. I completely forgot I didn't put on shoes for my character.
I was gonna bring that up, but I thought maybe there was like a strategy to it, like you're more quiet.
I think you are quiet.
Do you want me to go first? I have a shotgun.
Oh,
Where are they?
what happened?
Where? Did they... Wait.
Was that you shooting? Or
No. Oh wait, someone's upstairs.
They just went upstairs.
Oh, I'm down, down, down.
Oh my god, I'm so scared.
They threw a grenade.
Okay, let's just go out and fuck him up. Nice. We got him.
We killed them. Great. Good job. Oh, what? What? Who? What? What happened? I thought we killed 2 people.
Came in and it got us.
Wait, was there... Oh, what the fuck?
That was fun. Okay. And now we're doing a nude run, aka
Yeah.
with underwear, so it's okay.
First-
Christian, where are you?
What do you mean, where am I?
There you are.
Oh, my game's still loading.
Yeah. I was like, wait, did I?
Wow, your game runs so smoothly. Why are you hitting me?
By 10-7
I have no way to defend myself. I literally am not even in there yet.
Look at your ball. It's so straight. This game is so buggy.
I'm just
You
gonna
want a
wake
piece
up
of me?
to abuse.
Huh? You want a piece of me? They call me the 1-2 puncher. You come
There's
in
some
here
kind of
with
racial
your
metaphor here.
underwear. It's not as cute as my underwear. Let's go to the prison. Ready?
Alright,
And go. I don't know if we'll make it, but we'll make do with what we got.
we'll make friends along the way.
We'll make. Have you ever tried talking to people in PUBG? Like,
I've
hey,
never
man,
said a
Why
word.
don't we be friends instead of enemies? Like
I've never said a word to anyone. It's only pure rage and violence. Oh, here's another vest if you want one.
Ooh, I'll take a vest.
Yeah, go over here.
I know we said no clothes. But,
Oh.
oh, there's another vest down here. Is it
Found
level 1
backpack.
up there or level 2? Wait, I
I
just
hear a
realized
vehicle.
the store was open.
I hear... Oh no, that's actually outside. Like the actual
This
outside.
store was open
It was?
when I came in, so let's be real careful.
I'm just gonna be careful. You can keep looting. I'm just gonna keep an eye on the doors. Oh, I guess we're gonna go up the stairs. Never mind. Anything?
I don't see anyone. Why was the door open? Oh, I see someone. Oh, frick.
Where?
Outside the window, 105. They're right on the wall. Should I shoot? I'm gonna shoot.
Alright. You should go. 105?
They're crawling.
Alright.
I got him.
Good job.
Are you shooting or is somebody else shooting?
No, someone else is shooting, not me.
I don't know.
I'm gonna go outside.
You're gonna
I
go
don't see them
outside?
yet.
Okay.
I'm just downstairs. I don't see them though. Where was it you last saw them?
Oh, they caused a Molotov?
Yeah, they threw one.
Where? Up
I don't see
downstairs?
them though. I hear a grenade.
throwing
Found
them
one.
downstairs.
Found him, and... Damn it.
Oh, are you
I'm
down?
down, I'm down. Just watch out, he's inside that room.
I see him. Oh. Oh! Damn it.
Fuck.
Oh, yeah, that's okay.
Well, that makes sense.
Okay.
unsurprisingly, everyone sucked. That pretty much seems to be how it goes whenever we play games. We just suck. We're really bad at playing games for a video game show. But whatever. Like I promised, it's time for the state of multiplayer. Tragically, the graphics department requested or denied my request for a really fancy, like, America-style intro, so you'll just have to get me talking. So all of us play multiplayer games.
True.
And we all hate it.
I wouldn't go that far.
Well,
I would say I was much better as a child than I am now.
Well, here's what I think is the best way to describe multiplayer, is that multiplayer has gone from, like, the kind of couch co-op games that we played when we were younger, especially, like, Smash.
Oh, yeah.
And then also the original Halos were couch co-op. Yep. And now everything is, like, every game is, like, online cooperative multiplayer, play with people all around the world. I don't want to play with people all around the world. People suck.
Yeah, I still try and keep a little bit of the couch co-op feel by like only doing very small lobbies of just friends. Like I play a lot of GTA Online with just 2 or 3 friends, and that's it. You know, I won't talk to strangers.
Oh, I only play with my friends.
Yeah.
And if I do, I try to get into, like, the friends-only session, because one session, this guy, like, followed me around and, like, killed me and stole my bike.
And he's, like, 17 levels higher than you with the jet plane killing you. We talked about this earlier about how one reason that I think GTA Online is super fun is because it's super basic, and also you don't have to talk to the other players. There's a lot of online games. Like, I love playing Rainbow Six online, and I had to stop basically because if I didn't have friends that I could play with, I would get yelled at for not talking to the team, and I don't want to talk to them. Sometimes I'm just tired. Yeah,
that's my problem also. I'm a Destiny player, and I'm an Overwatch player, and every time someone new comes on the show, I'm like, all right, what consoles are you on? I'm always looking for more people to play on Xbox with, because otherwise it's just like me and my best friend, because we don't want to talk to anyone else.
And Overwatch recently has been, as I think we mentioned, has been, the voice chat has become bigger and bigger. If you're not communicating, you're going to get hated on.
There's only a few current popular games that you can still get by with very little team communication. I mean, one I play a lot is Titanfall 2, where, I mean, I'll never use a mic, I'll never talk to any of the players, and I'm still okay at it, but it's not very common to see multiplayer games where you can get by without any kind of cooperation with other players. You know, you can't just go rogue.
And it's amazing, too, that we talk about GTA 4 still being, or GTA 5, apologies, still being relevant after 4 years.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's actually, I think, just over 4 years now, and I still play it every now and then.
I still play it.
Yeah. It's kind of like Halo 3. I wouldn't say it's as good as Halo 3 multiplayer-wise, but in the sense that I could play it years later and still have a blast and not have to be, like, working with a team and everything.
Yeah, so now my latest struggle is with the release of Destiny 2, is that my best friend has it, and she plays it with her boyfriend and his friends, and she's like, please buy Destiny 2. I hate Corey's friends. They're all so horrible. But Destiny is very specifically, I mean, it's a multiplayer game. I've tried playing through, like, missions on my own. I can't, because it's really only me and my friend playing. Like, there are raids we can't do. So that's a huge portion of the game that we can't even touch. Because why, again, kids? People suck.
Well,
specifically.
Us
yes,
specifically.
Yeah.
We're all very toxic players.
Well, I think we cover a lot of games, so we have breadth but not depth for most games.
What a fancy sentence.
Well, yeah, because I mean, most of the people who are playing these games play them relentlessly.
Yeah,
and we play them for like a week, and we're like, why aren't we good at them?
True. Actually, I do remember when Rocket League was the hot thing, because when Wolfgang and James were still hosting, like, I would get a Snapchat from Wolfgang at like 4 in the morning where he's like, I was supposed to go to sleep like 3 hours ago, but I kept playing Rocket League.
Yeah.
But you know what? Rocket League's not cool anymore, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. Well, it's time for us to take some 5-hour energies and snort a line or two of espresso powder. Or maybe just take a power nap. Or just go home. We might be back.
No! What the heck?
It's a hard game.
Yeah, but addicting. It's already 1:30.
1:30. Mind Games is on.
Wait!
Can't you just let me lie in peace?
I'm not laughing at you. I'm on TrojanVision.com watching Mind Games.
Wow. Technology.
The year was 1938, and the U.S. sat on the brink of another world war. The American people looked for diversion from the trials and tribulations of a new century and its new problems. In 1940, President Franklin Delano Roosevelt authorized the release of an entirely new form of entertainment.
Today, a hope of many years standing is in large part fulfilled.
It was called the Trojan Visual and Auditory Mimeograph Device, or Trojan Vision for short. As bombs fell and war was waged, society tuned to 8.1 for relief. Throughout American history, Trojan Vision has shown us the moments of America's triumphs, spreading the finest programming throughout Greater Los Angeles and worldwide online. Watch Trojan Vision and see history being made.
I loved Dead by Daylight this summer, and I still love it. It was one of my top 10 game finds this year, and I've already logged way too many hours for my own good. But I'm not allowed to play scary games for the show anymore because it's too much work to bleep out all my swearsies. So everyone else got to play. Let's see how many of them survived.
Oh, hello. Are you wondering why you're seeing me behind the news desk instead of some Dead by Daylight gameplay? Well, that makes two of us. Here at Trojan Vision, we're not what you might call good at our jobs. Some might describe us as incompetent, others useless. Those are both correct terms. We filmed 2 separate Dead by Daylight segments, and boy, were they fun. If only you could see them. Our almighty executive producer, Sam Shipp, was smart enough to not push the auto-record setting on Twitch, meaning we have a grand total of 0 minutes of gameplay footage. So, now I'm here to apologize on his behalf. But fret not, folks, we do have 3 entire hours of our faces laughing and screaming, so you're welcome. Like any great Trojan Arcade segment, we started with an intro. On one hand, there was the indomitable Matt Carreri.
We've recruited Christian, hey there, Sky,
Hey.
Matt, hey, and myself to prepare for this year's Halloween Horror Nights with a little bit of Dead by Daylight. Woo! The 4 of us are going to team up to escape a virtual serial killer and hopefully equip ourselves with the skills to escape a guy in a clown costume at Universal.
Wow, look at him go. And on the other hand, we have the ethnic wildcard, Christian Guzman.
Hey guys, to get ready for Halloween Horror Nights, I thought we'd take Matt and Sky into Dead by Daylight and teach them how to chase and be chased. Ready, guys?
Boy, isn't he marvelous. As the segment progressed, we moved on to a series of quirky and humorous situations that could only occur in a game such as Dead by Daylight. There was the time when we convinced all of our teammates to be the exact same character, a chain-smoking alcoholic named Bill.
We got 4 Bills now, and one of them is Bearded Potato.
Later, we were chased by several bloodthirsty rednecks. A typical day in Trump's America, Sky handled it well.
Oh my. Grip.
Since we had all of these thrilling shots of us talking, we wanted to ensure that you had complete access to all of the humor. Finally, we want to just take a short moment to send a firm message to Twitch. Who do you think you are? Designing a platform where Swedish neo-Nazis can drop racial slurs, but students of higher education can't enjoy some innocent video games with friends? How dare you, Twitch, create a tool that a 12-year-old Minecrafter can use with ease, but is unfathomably difficult for several 20-something-year-olds? Now I know exactly how my grandmother feels.
Is it too early in the season to declare the show, like, over and done? Oh, it's not? I guess we'll keep slogging on. But you know what? The slog is worth it because it brought us here to the crew of Ducklings. Ducklings is a game that was created after a successful Kickstarter. Here we have with us some of the team members from Ducklings. Would you mind, like, introducing yourselves, and what did you do in the Ducklings process?
Cool. So my name is James Collins, and I was one of the designers on Ducklings, and I did a lot of the photoshopping and working with our manufacturer.
I'm Amy Zhang. I was a designer on Ducklings, and I was also the lead artist.
And I'm Tim Thielem, and I did most of the marketing and the procurement for the game.
Awesome. So Ducklings is a card game?
Yes, it's
okay.
weird. So we like to call it a board game because it plays similarly to a board game.
Okay.
But the components are actually cards.
Okay.
And you get to lay out a path, and you get to lay out your board, kind of. So you can lay out different board states, different paths of cards, so players kind of have an option.
And you have all these cute little duck dudes with you, duck dudes who do squats. What are we doing with these little 3D printed ducks?
It was actually like offered as a reward tier on our Kickstarter.
Oh, cool.
So we sold
Here,
like
may I see one?
Yeah,
over
go for it.
200 of them. Yeah.
So what is, I mean, I see that we have cute little ducks. I see that we have some cool looking cards and we get to build our own board. What are we doing when we play Ducklings? What's the goal?
The best goal of Ducklings is to act as a parent, move across the board to get to the other side of the whole board side. So you start at the lake or the pond, and you want to roll the dice and move your ducklings and yourself all the way from, for example, you start at the pond to the lake. And what the problem is, there's another parent on the board that may block your progress.
Oh, so you are a duck parent, a darent, if you were. But there's another duck parent that's blocking you?
So what's interesting about our game is that it's actually a co-op game, so you play with a partner, and that's why it simulates parenting.
How involved is it in terms of parenting? Like when I see emotionally powerful, I'm like, oh, like how serious does this game about Ducklings get?
It gets a little serious because when you land on a space, you are always faced with one of two choices.
Okay.
And you have to select the choice that's best for your family. And you have 3 individual ducklings that you're looking out for as a parenting team. And sometimes you have to choose which of your children you value the least.
Sophie's choice.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh man.
And it can be a little tough because you begin to get attached with these ducklings over time.
Oh yeah.
And after they get afflicted enough, you flip over the duckling cards and you have to read an emotional obituary.
Oh wow. Oh, there's like dead ducks in this game. Oh my gosh. So I guess this is good for someone like me who played like Oregon Trail a lot as a kid, where every other person is dying of dysentery and like reorganizing rations like that. Oh, okay, interesting. So this was created in a class, correct?
Yeah.
So what class was this created for?
CTIN Introduction to Game Workshop.
It's like 488 Game Design Workshop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm in 488 right now. So
nice.
So you took it from 488 to, how'd you get from 488 to a Kickstarter?
So there was an intermediary step, and that was $4.99.
Okay.
Which is, what's the title? Finishing and Polishing.
Yeah.
I don't know what the official title of it is, but it's taught with
Jesse and Sean.
Jesse V. Hill and Sean Bouchard.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And then so is it similar, because we've covered the AGP process before, and we are currently down a few team members this season because of AGP. So in order to get from like 48, or I guess if you just have like an idea of your own, into $4.99, do you have to pitch, or are you able to just like sign up to the class?
Yeah,
the professors kind of came to us and asked us to join the class, but I think some people just joined the class on their own, like they just spoke to the professors.
And so as of what assignment was this for 488? Like how did it?
Emotional assignment into the final assignment, and it originated with James.
Yeah. So originally it was a solo assignment for me, which was an emotional game.
I'm on that
You're
assignment
on that
right
one now?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if it's going to be the same this year, but those emotional assignments were the basis for the final projects later in the class. And so we had to pitch our emotion games, and then select a few emotion games were picked to be final projects, and then I recruited Tim and Amy.
Very cool. So what was your emotion to create the game? Because because Marty told us, write an emotion in a piece of media, like a piece of media and what emotion it made you feel. So I wrote the opening sequence of Up, and that it made me feel like grief and devastation. And then she was like, surprise, you're making a game. And I'm like, I chose such a strong emotion. So what was your emotion that you chose or drew?
So the piece of art that I was basing it off of was the movie Manchester by the Sea.
Okay.
Because I had seen that like 2 weeks before I started. And one of the, spoiler alert, but one of the major themes in that film is child loss. And so it was kind of sorrow with an emphasis on like attachment to children. And that's where I got the theme for the game.
So I guess then just the three of you, I mean, how large is the team overall? If we're just looking at like a Snapchat of you three.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah, we're the entire team.
We're very good at making the illusion that we're much bigger than we are.
Like, there's like 20 of you and you're doing great. No, wow, okay, so it's just the team of you three. That's awesome. So how, so you said it originally started as a board with red and green shapes on it.
Yeah.
So
and the best part about it was you could fold it. It was 6 pieces and it was very compact.
I had to like, I wanted to make a board game, and I needed it to fit within a certain size constraint. So I had to like custom make a 6-piece folding board with for 488, and that was like super rudimentary. And I'm not an artist. I'm a CS major, so all my like spots were just geometric representations.
488 brings out the artist in you that you didn't know you had. So you guys. This was released on Kickstarter. You were successfully funded within 24 hours, I believe?
Yeah, that's right.
Which, incredible. Congrats to you. So really quick, I mean, what's next? Now that you're out, are you done?
Yeah, pushing out the game
and
getting our next game out as well. It's going to be a computer game. Digital game this time.
Awesome. Well, again, thank you guys so much for joining me. I'm going to steal this little duck. This is mine forever now. And thank you for joining us. I am going to go home to take a nap. Thank you to the team of Ducklings. I'm Alma Carranza. Matt Linton and Matthew Carreri are running around here somewhere, and I'm pretty sure I see a bug in that corner. This is Trojan Arcade. We'll see you next week.
You're watching Trojan Vision. For more of your favorite shows, check us out at trojanvision.com and like us on Facebook.